Hello and welcome to CTN's Game of the Week. It's Pete Poyer here with you for Skyline Eagles at the Pioneers, and we're about to get this match underway as the players are at the center of the field ready for the face-off. Referees are checking to make sure everybody's positioned properly. And we will get this game underway here on a chilly afternoon. A few flakes falling in the air, but nothing that'll stop this game from going on. And we are underway as they fight for possession of the ball. Skyline comes away with it. Trying to head downfield and get an offensive try on net. Trying to get around the Pioneer defense. Into the middle, quick shot, and save made. That's knocked away by the Pioneer goalkeeper. So Skyline will keep possession of the ball. Have a whistle and a stoppage in play very quickly. And we are back underway. Skyline will work it around, try and get the open shot on net. Eagles being very patient here. Pioneer keeping that outer defense, trying to keep Skyline out of the scoring zone. There come the Eagles trying it again. There's another quick shot, and that is in for a goal for Skyline.
Skyline goal scored by number 3.
And back to the middle of the field for another face-off. And we'll take a look at that replay after this face-off commences. And Skyline gets possession once again. Here's a look at that goal by the Eagles. A quick charge down the side, then a duck into the middle. A nice quick shot, little bouncer past the goalkeeper, and the Eagles draw first blood. Eagles down low once again. There's an errant pass. They have a quick whistle. We're restarting the play, this time with Pioneer possession. Working the ball all the way in behind the Eagle goal. Now back out top. And both teams seem to be quite patient on offense, trying to make sure they get a good shot on goal. Early on here, teams just kind of feeling each other out. There's a quick shot that bounced right in front of the goalkeeper and knocked away. Here's a look at that near miss by the Pioneers. Good goalkeeping by the goalkeeper for Skyline. Pioneer trying the wraparound, knocked away, and the Eagles will quickly move it downfield. Skyline once again setting up outside, getting their players in position to make another run at it. Knocked away from the Eagle player. Now fight for possession. Pioneer defense picks it up. And they will bring it out and down the field. Pioneer defenseman still carrying it, and finally hands it off to the offensive players for Pioneer in behind the net. Fake and taking it back out top. Pioneers looking for a little room. The Skyline defense is aggressively defending and knocked away and on the turf. And now a Pioneer hits the turf, and we have a whistle and a foul as the ref throws the yellow flag on the field.
Skyline penalty, 30 seconds to push this possession.
Pioneers trying to get the Skyline defense out of the way. There's a bounce shot that bounces over the net. And another quick shot, and that one went top shelf, and Pioneer evens it at 1. 7:35 to go here in quarter number 1.
Number 3, Zane Jones.
Nice hot shot that went high over the goalkeeper's shoulder. There's a look at it on the replay. There's the rifle shot. It looked like that bounced up high over the goalkeeper's shoulder and into the net. Oh, back in midfield once again. A whistle and a stoppage. Eagles are awarded possession. Pioneers working the Eagles rather, working the far side of the field. They'll bring it back out center and try the near side now. Pioneer keeping in front of their players, and then we have a collision, and Pioneer gets possession on the foul. Well, Pioneer will bring it over the midfield stripe. And once again, they get it down back and behind the goal. Trying to draw some Eagle defenders back there and try and get somebody out of position for another shot on goal. Well, bringing it back out front, but the Eagles are right there in front of them. Now a quick shot and a block knocked aside and picked up by the Eagles. Eagles will bring it out. And a whistle, and it will stay Eagle possession. Here's that opportunity and save by the goalkeeper for the Eagles. A little bit of rough play there, as Lacrosse sometimes gets. Skyline will position itself. Pioneers defend that first attempt to get a rush on net. Eagles keep possession though, and they'll try the near side of the field. Trying to deke around one defender. We have a whistle and an elbow foul on Skyline, and Pioneer gets possession. Referee down there looking like he was doing the chicken dance. And we have a timeout on the field as there's players exchanging on both sides.
Skyline penalty, 30 seconds for illegal procedure.
Oh, we'll get everybody reset. Pioneers still with it and ready to start, and the ref's whistle, and we're back underway. Well, Pioneers looking to break this tie. Down low, there's a quick shot and a goal for Pioneer. And kind of got the goalkeeper napping. It wasn't really looking for that shot, and Pioneer puts it away and breaks the tie and makes it 2-1 in favor of the Pioneers. Here's a replay of that goal. It gets around one man and gets it just past the goalkeeper for the goal. 4:43 to go here in the first period. And we'll get ready for another face-off. A real fight for the ball. Skyline will pick it up. Knocked out of his hands, and it's on the turf, and we have another penalty.
Minor penalty, 1 minute for cross-check.
A penalty on the Pioneers. Take a look at that penalty as a little cross check there. Right in front of the referee. You can't do that, son. Oh, number 7 there in the penalty box for the Pioneers, and they will play short a man. And the Eagles will have a power play here. There's an errant pass, but picked up in bounds. And the Eagles will have to reset. Looking for an opening. Now we'll send it in behind the net. Looking to find an open shooter out front. There's a low shot. That's blocked by a defender before it even got on net and bounced way back upfield. There'll be Pioneer possession on the far side of the field. Some aggressive defending there, and another whistle by the referee. Pioneer will have it, and they will take it in behind the Eagle net. Pioneer looking for an opening. Skyline trying to keep the Pioneers at bay. And another whistle on the field. Looked like we're offsides. Pioneer will have to start it again over there on the far side of the field.
Skyline with 30-second penalty for offside.
We're back and ready to play, and we're back underway. Quick back and forth over there. Trying to get somebody out of position for a clean shot. Now on the side of the net, odd angle, and a shot and a score by Pioneer on the near angle. That'll make it Pioneer 3 and Skyline 1 with 2:55 to play here in the first. Here's a look at it on replay. That odd angle, and just kind of got it over the goalkeeper's shoulder and put it in the net. Oh, after scoring the first goal, Skyline has seen 3 unanswered Pioneer goals. After this faceoff, we'll see if they can get back on track. Or we'll see if the Pioneers can press their advantage. Oh, Skyline with the possession. There's a quick shot. And a goal. Quickly, Eagles get their second goal of the match. Well, here's a look at it on the replay, and right point blank, just fires it in the net. Now back for another face-off. And we have a whistle on the field. Possession will be awarded to the Pioneers. Here's a different angle on that goal. Now really, they kind of handcuffed the goalkeeper. I think the Pioneer goalkeeper is still trying to find his jock on the field. So he was completely faked out by that shot on net. And we have another goal by Pioneer. That was so quick, it was almost blinding. Over the shoulder in the far side of the net, down low. God, that would have been a very difficult save. Great shot on net by number 7 there. Makes up for his penalty earlier in the game. .4-2 is the advantage for Pioneer. They get their 2-goal lead back. Pioneer gets possession. Now Pioneer pressing their offensive efforts again. That was another near miss there on that shot. Take a look at that shot here on replay. It was almost like it was just tipped or pushed forward by number 7 there. Just wide of the net. We have another penalty on the field.
Penalty, 1 minute
this time we're going to have a timeout by Skyline. The Eagles looking a little bit back on their heels after that nice start. Timeout with 1:22 to play here in the first. There are the Eagles getting their instructions from their coaches. Just a great individual effort there, sending it low. And after a flurry of goals by the Pioneers, Skyline comes back with a pair to knot it at 4. Skyline bringing it back the other way. Just 2 seconds to go. And that's going to do it. At the end of 1, it's Pioneer 4, it's Skyline 4. We're going to take a quick break and be back with our game of the week here on CTN Sports.
I just wish there was some place I could watch my favorite local TV shows.
Wow! Cool, where am I?
You are in a computer terminal.
Who said that?
I am the god of computers. I heard your wish and granted you access to my terminal.
Really? I've always wanted to be inside one of these things. So what's next?
Visit CTN's and the City of Ann Arbor's streaming and video on demand 82gov.org/watchctn.
What do I do there?
Here you can watch city meetings, community produced programs, school board and education programming, and a whole lot more.
Yes! This is great!
The live streams include CTN's 4 channels: government, public, educational, and community. Just click the sidebar for the channel you prefer and click play.
I can watch 4 channels. Cool.
For video on demand, go to youtube.com/CTN Ann Arbor to find your favorite show. Scroll through the mini playlists or simply use the search bar to type in the name of the program.
I wish I knew about this earlier.
Visit 82gov.org/watchctn for CTN live streams and video on demand.
That's great. Now I can go tell my friends. Once I leave.
Goodbye.
Hello?
And welcome back for the start of the second here on CTN Sports, our game of the week. And I'd like to welcome into the booth my partner, Kevin Bryant.
Good afternoon, sir.
It's a chilly one, little flakes in the air, but we're doing okay.
Just pure Michigan spring. When they said spring showers, right? Jeez.
That little lion rat in Pennsylvania said 6 more weeks, and he was wrong.
Punxsutawney? Is that what you said?
Punxsutawney Phil, yeah. Jerk. Oh, second is underway.
So what have I missed so far, Pete, in this action? I was gone to an extended break in that first period. Give me a recap.
Skyline opened the scoring, getting the first goal.
Okay.
Then Pioneer scored 3 unanswered to make it 3-1.
Nice.
Skyline came back with a goal of their own to make it 3-2, and then Pioneer scored 1 to make it 4-2. And then Skyline came back with 2 more, the last coming in with just 11 seconds to go in the first to knot it at 4.
So it's been a kind of even Steven match so far, kind of jabs shared each way. Any team in your mind kind of running the boat with the momentum right now?
A little bit of back and forth play.
Okay.
Both teams very active on offense and playing aggressive on defense. Skyline with the chance here. There's a quick shot.
Jackson Robertson, the net for the Pioneers on that block there, using his stick well. So this is that last goal. Was that the goal in the first half, or is that stop? That was a stop just before the trigger of that last play. Looks like Skyline has just a 2-2-1 offense. Not a lot of movement. They're just feeling it out on the outside, but not a lot of people coming in to try to screen off inside the crease area. And just right when we say that,
both teams seem to be playing it patient on the outside, looking to try and get their the other defense out of position. And when they see an opening, that's when they go for it. And both teams have been playing that way.
That was a major hit there. You got
a flag on the field. And a shot right at the feet of the goalkeeper.
Is that the feet? Because he used his midsection to slow that one down. That was a daring stoppage. Let's look at this action, Pete.
Stick goes flying.
Well, that's a legal play. I mean, when you're slashing down and you can hit right at the stick, that has to be one of those ones that we're going to save for the end of the year, because if he's going to use his midsection to stop a lacrosse ball.
That was a great save, Kevin.
Right now, the voice would change. He's my player of the game right now.
And now in goal for Skyline, it's Mickey Mouse. Haha, I made the save.
Not touching that. Let's see.
I wouldn't either. No, Pioneer looking to take advantage here.
And that's Abraham in the net there for the Eagles.
The Eagle player in the penalty box.
There's a goal up top
quick
side.
Shot.
They're calling
no
it
goal.
off.
Referee's calling no goal on that.
Oh, Brennan Dole comes right into the crease, and that's probably what they called, is that his foot was inside the crease when he released the shot. We'll take a look on the next replay. Now, Coach Miller for the Pioneers has never lost to Skyline, so Skyline has a lot riding on this match.
Well, I'm sure the Eagles will want to get on the winning side of the ledger after starting the season 0-2.
Yeah, and after that last time that these two teams played last year, the Eagles were a team that were coming on at the end of the year under their first-year coach. And now, you know, coming into this second year under Sam Olson, they're expecting some bigger things. So check a look at the feet down low. And you can see right inside that right, was it a right foot, right toe, right big toe?
Yep.
Inside that crease area. And it's kind of difficult to see because there's so many lines on this field to be able to see as a player which line you're over.
Right. I mean, it's not only a football field, it's a lacrosse field, a soccer field, you name it.
Yeah, field
the
hockey and
the
other, field hockey too. So, I mean,
right.
Yeah, they can.
Multi-purpose.
Save some money, but a little confusing for the players. Looks like they're going to be triggering this one from midfield. Oh, that was another penalty, Pete? It's a lot of movement going on before
looks like Pioneer was awarded possession.
There were some substitutions going on right at the same time, so people were coming in off the field.
Quick bounce shot and into the net, and Pioneer has untied it, and they take the lead back 5-4.
I'm not sure if John is one of the seniors, but he's definitely been on the team for a while, number 7, John Reed.
Well, he He made some noise in the first period as he got a penalty and scored a couple of goals.
Well, this goal here, you saw him go break right through the defense of the Eagles and gave like a shoulder, and you can see the officials right off camera probably having a discussion about the physicality of the game so far, maybe trying to dial it down some. We've had a penalty just prior before that, and Reed took a lot of contact coming in. You could see him taking some shivers to the shoulder before he released that shot. Any contact, though, between the head and the torso area is legal, so it depends on if it's going to be called in the front or the behind the offensive player.
Well, back at midfield for the face-off. Skyline will pick it up. A wild pass there that's intercepted by Pioneer, and they'll head back the other way.
A lot of substitutions on the fly from both teams.
And it all depending on whether on offense or defense. Sub out a defenseman for an offensive player. There's a shot right in the middle, a quick shot. That was knocked aside by the goalkeeper.
Nathan Uhas on that one time. Old quarterback for the Pioneers. We've seen him out on this field before.
There's a low shot.
Nice scoop by Abraham in the net.
Well, Skyline with it, back down the other way.
That's some good hands there from Pioneers number 40, Miller, Andrew Miller. I'm
Miller
sorry, that was
knocking down
Mills,
players
Andrew
like
Mills.
they're bowling pins.
Man, there's a lot of contact right now going on. That's what it makes this sport so exciting. The difference between the boys and the girls game, all that contact.
Minor penalty, 30 seconds for push of possession.
A lot of chippy action on the field. We'll take a look at it on the replay here.
Yeah, we're just
There's
talking.
Miller. Right in the middle of it. And sandwiched.
Little pinball action, right? Great defense there.
Another
from
near
27.
miss there.
Owen Sad putting his stick right in the middle of that shot.
Oh, back out top and a low shot and a goal for Skyline. And we're tied again at 5.
Skyline goal scorer number 3, Cam Newton.
That's the second one I've heard for Newton, the midfielder, junior midfielder right out front, took the pass from Stephen Wright and goes right upstairs with that shot. So here comes the pass from Wright. Nice fireball shot, Pete.
And we've seen a number of them on the goals in this match so far. And we just firing fastballs at the net. 5.5 minutes to play here in the second. The Eagles will pick it up, head back downfield. And bringing it back way out top. Penalty on Skyline, so Pioneer will get the possession back.
Well, there's a 25-yard tackle. The 25-yard line just jumped up. Took number 4, Milling, down to his knees.
Yeah, the 25-yard line is going to be called for a tripping penalty.
Action's definitely picking up out there on the field.
Now, Pioneers trying to bring it back out front.
And right now, the refs really have to do a better job of slowing down these youngsters. I mean, this is early season action between two crosstown rivals, and one team really wants to beat the other, and that's the team that hasn't won, and they're the visitors. You can see Skyline is letting it all hang out on this field.
Penalty on Skyline. Pioneer on the power play.
I'm thinking that it's probably going to be a 30-second variety. They can go all the way up to a 3-minute penalty, but it didn't look like that was that aggressive or bad of a penalty that they were going to keep them in there that long.
Not egregious in nature.
There you go.
How do you like that?
Better than what I was trying to mumble out.
There's a quick low shot knocked away. Pioneers still on the power play. Quick turnaround shot. And the Eagles, with the save, will fly it down the field, trying to kill off time in that penalty. And another whistle on the field. And a timeout called by the Eagles. Well, both teams head to the sideline and get some instructions from their coaching staffs.
Trying to see Coach Olson. I think his back is to us with that hat on right there in the middle of the Skyline huddle.
Here's a look at that last shot on net and the save made by the goalkeeper.
Glad to use that stick that time.
Just scooped it up in the net.
Yeah.
I should say the netting of his stick as opposed to the net.
A good picture there of Coach Miller in the middle. And his son's behind him. You can tell them because they both have on the sunglasses. Because it's such a bright day out here and all of this sun. Maybe the snowflakes are getting in their eyes. And I'm going to have to ask Coach Miller about that.
Yeah, the sun is terribly blinding out there.
You can see right there in your picture a couple of the Eagles having some conversations with the referees. Maybe a little gamesmanship going on. Get a couple calls going their way.
So Eagle possession. And we're back underway. Eagles sending it in behind the Pioneer net, trying to work it around. Three and a half minutes to go in the second.
Really pulling that offense out top, trying to develop some space where they can exploit their speed on Pioneer's defense.
There's a quick shot, just sailing wide of the net. Eagles will keep possession.
Really wide now. No one even crossing in between the goal mouth, and now the Eagles try to set a play.
Trying to make a run at the net. There's a quick shot. Knocked away by the defense.
Yeah, Rudberg took it right off his chest. Nice. You would think that little, hard compressed ball is a little bit harder today on this cold weather. He just took that off the chest like he had on some shoulder pads.
Quick bounce shot.
Jones on the shot there. I actually checked that. That was Newton again on the shot, and he was a little bit short trying to bounce it and skip it in front of the goalkeeper.
There's a turnover. It'll be Pioneer possession. Two minutes to play here in the second. That was a quick shot.
Wonder if they're going to call too many offsides.
No call by the referees.
Well, I mean, it looked like Pioneer had too many players on the field. They were shuffling in two players, and the official was coming over right in front of the Pioneer bench and threw the flag. And unfortunately, I'm thinking the hands to the side in football is offsides, but it may have just been too many players on the field.
So the Eagles will have possession. Another whistle. Another turnover in possession, back to the Pioneers.
So looking at that last shot, and it was just before the whistle, and at a we definitely know the goal didn't count because the score's still 5-5 on the scoreboard, but had to be some type of infraction there.
Under 90 seconds to play.
And maybe the Eagles are making this a low-scoring affair. Pioneer comes in ranked number 7th in the state RPI. I know they've only played one game. A lot of anticipation for this team based on how they finished last year. And Pioneer was one of the top-scoring teams in the state, averaging nearly 17 goals or points a game. So, I mean, this is a prolific scoring squad. Maybe this is a strategy from Coach Olson, is to limit the amount of possessions they have by eating up the clock.
Well, and after 8 goals in the first, we've only had 2 here in the second. Well, scoring definitely slowing down here in this period of play.
Those guys cannot go on the other side of that line. We do get a flag. Both officials tossed the flag. They're going to have a decision on what the final call is going to be.
When one flag is thrown, it's a penalty. When 2 flags are thrown, it's an obvious penalty.
A little bit of contact?
2 players knocking down the Skyline player.
Yeah, number 3 for the Pioneers is in the bench, or in the box, the penalty box, just to the left of his teammates. Going to take a little bit of break maybe for the final 19 seconds of this period. That's nice, nice.
Skyline goal scored by number 22, Isaac Whipper.
Well, that guy right there that just scored the goal, Isaac Lippert, he's used to, you know, scoring goals. He's one of the 3 Lippert brothers that plays on the Skyline hockey team. So playing with a net sport, this guy's good at it, and finding the back of it is something he's really good at.
And another late goal by the Eagles, this one coming with just 9 seconds to play. And they unknot it and take the lead 6-5. So that was the work of the firm of Lippert, Lippert, and Lippert.
It is a good law firm.
They're a Lacrosse firm.
Look. Maybe our first spring game, but you're in mid-season form, my friend.
Oh, final 9 seconds playing out here. And that'll do it as the second period comes to an end.
Score at the end of one half of play. Pioneer 5.
The Eagles get the late goal to take the lead 6-5. We're going to take a break and be back with more action here after halftime right here on the Game of the Week on CTN Sports.
I'm Dana Denta, host of FYI, and you can tune in Monday through Friday at 10, 6, and 10, only on CTN.
We want everyone in Ann Arbor to be safe, which is why Ann Arbor has a law requiring drivers to be 5 feet while passing bicyclists, pedestrians, or wheelchairs traveling on the road. Most traffic lanes within the city are at least 10 feet wide, so give half a lane width of space for safety's sake. This is a good way to measure how much space is required. And if it isn't safe to pass, don't. Be cautious, be patient, and most of all, be safe. CTN is Ann Arbor's PEG station, which stands for Public, Education, and Government. With 4 channels, CTN provides multimedia resources and programming to serve the Ann Arbor area and beyond. In addition to broadcasting and live streaming locally produced programming, CTN is dedicated to training the public on a variety of media production equipment and techniques. From event coverage
Gonna give 110%.
to local news,
I'm Dana Denta, and you're watching FYI.
to programming produced by the public,
This ain't no con made up by matchstick men.
CTN is your place for everything Ann Arbor and more. CTN. Connect, create, communicate.
Follow CTN Ann Arbor on Facebook. Just open up Facebook, hit like to stay up to date on workshops, our program schedule, and behind the scene photos. Find us at CTN Ann Arbor.
And welcome back. We are about to get the third quarter underway. Skyline taking that late 1-goal lead at the end of the second with just 9 seconds left. And we're about to get the third quarter underway.
What do you got down there in that draw, Pete? It looks like it's 8 for Pioneer, which is Dole. Actually, check it. That's 12. Hurd. It looks like he was going against Hawadza.
Pioneer with possession. Now they take it in behind the Eagle net. Trying to get position, get a good shot off.
And this is a different play to start off, Pete. And usually it's just one person behind the net. Pioneers got two back there.
That was a low shot.
Has some steam on it.
Yeah, like another low fastball.
Rising out of Juhas's stick.
Spin move by Reed and a shot. And another goal, and that'll tie it at 6 here early in the third.
And that's a slam dunk. Reed was right on the doorstep when he released that one. Right top shelf, kind of right over the right shoulder of Abraham. Let's take a look at that one, Pete. Well, he comes in. Reed comes from the backside, doesn't even take a screen, and goes through all of that contact with a great backspin. And like I said, upstairs, right over Abraham. Couldn't get a stick up to block that shot.
What top shelf on that? You know what's on the top shelf, don't you, Kevin?
What's that?
That's where they keep the peanut butter.
Why?
Because it's on the top shelf.
Good. Glad I'm tall.
It is nice, isn't it?
So these Eagles now, with a tied match, can't use that same strategy, Pete, that they employed in that second period where they were just sitting back, because this is what happens when you're playing Pioneer.
Another goal, this by a defenseman with the long stick you see there, number 4. It's Jack Milling for Pioneer.
That's a shot you don't see too often with a defender that far upfield. On the turnover, he's able to cross over the 50 and get that shot in.
Pioneer retakes the lead with 2 quick ones to make it 7-6, favor the Pioneers. Still 10:41 to go here in the third. Both teams fighting for it. It was momentarily picked up by the Eagles, but taken away by the Pioneers. Here's Milling again, and he'll take another shot. And this one will not get in the net.
Well, in this possession, you would hope for the Eagles they're able to mount some sort of attack, because right now they're on their heels. The Pioneers are just pounding them with their offense.
Nice, almost a nice pass that connected, but it was just over the shoulder of the Eagle attacker, and it'll be out of bounds. It'll be a Pioneer possession.
Yeah, that's where Lippert, he saw it, thought about it, and then passed it. You take that thought out of there, and he would have been right on the money.
Pioneer will head back downfield once again. And they will work their offense. There's a takeaway by the Eagles. Nice job there. Across the midfield stripe.
And again, this offense for the Eagles is very stagnant.
I was using patient early in the game to describe it, but you're absolutely right. It's a lot of players just kind of standing around on the perimeter.
Yeah, you can be patient, but you got to be moving towards something. And right now, whoever possesses the ball for the Eagles is the only one that's moving around. Easy to defend a standing still player as well, too.
Right. No players really cutting towards the net for the Eagles as of yet.
That was a missed pass there. It looked like Lippert was right there in the hole open.
Eagles will bring it back out top once again and reset. There's an errant pass.
Yeah, but it looks like the Eagles. It looked like the Eagles were the first ones there to the end line. That's a questionable call, and it's a judgment call by the official, but the closest one to the ball before it goes out of bounds usually gets possession, well, by rule.
Pass towards the net. A crossing pass, and Pioneer player was unable to pick it up off the turf.
Yeah, Dole looked like he got smashed by a couple defenders, and he dropped the ball, and then it was a free-for-all.
Well, Pioneer gets it back. Another missed pass by Dole. And the Eagles will pick it up and head back downfield.
Yeah, the stats for the netminder for the Eagles. He's been having a lot of shots come at him, and he's only allowed a couple to get past him. Abraham. On the flip side, the Pioneer netminder, Jackson, hasn't seen that many shots. But again, scores tied. How is that not in the crease? I think that's the play. Yeah, they were going to call. That's not going to be a goal because the player was all in the crease when he let go of the shot.
Well, Skyline trying to get an open lane to get a shot on net. There was one from outside. I think the strategy here is, well, we'll just carry the ball right in the net with my body.
Well, yeah, well, Mills was riding him all the way to the net. And it had to be an infraction because the ball was still awarded to the Eagles.
It's a ball out of bounds, Pioneer possession.
That last shot from the Eagles was not as far as what they've done on their MO tonight. That wasn't in the wheelhouse. That shot, it seemed like, was rushed.
There's a quick shot. Save made.
If you're in the net, do you flinch? Sometimes.
Yes. Yes,
sometimes. And put the big net right in front of you. That's from the guy that stopped the ball with his knees earlier.
Okay.
Knees.
The general location of the knees, maybe a little farther north than that.
There's a shot leaving your feet. Is that you, House? Or that was Reed again, it looks like. Ooh, right off of the forearm of the netminder. There's no padding there. That'll leave a mark. So when you throw the ball at his head and he has a net and a helmet for Abraham, he's going to shiver. But
That's right.
If it's right at his unprotected wrist, nah.
Another errant pass by the Eagles goes by the wayside. They had an opportunity there to get a nice shot on net.
Well, Lippert needs to start shooting more at the net. His last two passes have been off the mark, but when he's gone in for the big net, he's found it. Or Reed going way upstairs with that pass.
Five minutes to go here in the third. Just a bit high.
No, way high. That ball was nowhere to be found. You know, just watching that, Pete, seeing the guy go through all that stick contact, can you imagine what the drills have to be in practice to get ready for that? You know, maybe like the old Texas, drill in football where there's just a circle of people just whacking at the guy.
That's probably very close to accurate.
Oh, if not, they're going to make it up one now. If you do make it up, can you call it the Bryant? I want to be known for something.
All that rough play to get through all of that, and Eagles had an errant pass, just threw it past the player behind the net and out of bounds, so Pioneer gets the possession back.
And Pioneer, their offense is more of a transition offense, because when they get in this half-court set and they have to manufacture a point, the Eagles defense steps up and slows them down. But on the transition quick turnovers is when Pioneer's been able to find the net very quickly.
Well, I think Pioneer is probably a little bit better with the passing game than the Eagles. Their passes are a little bit more crisp, and we have a goal by Pioneer.
Yeah, John Reed there goes for his hattie, and that ball it trickled right beyond the netminder there for the Eagles, Abraham.
Crazy angle. Looks like it bounced off the goalkeeper's stick and into the net.
He thought he had it. And he looked down and glanced down, and that's where it didn't go all the way into the netting of his stick. And this is a big
unfortunately
deficit
for
now.
Reed, nobody in the stands are giving up their hat for that hat trick.
You better believe that. All four of them? I mean, that's a...
No, count it. It's 14.
14? Oh, gotcha. A lot of hats over there.
But none on the field.
Right now, you can see the momentum, body language. The Eagles, they just don't seem to be in it right now. I know it's cold out there, but right now the Pioneers are doing their business to cool off these Eagles.
Oh, Pioneer looking to get another one. There's the shot. And there's the goal. And Pioneer taking control here in the third quarter. They've scored the only goals, 4 of them, to make it 9-6.
Yeah, coming into this from the halftime, Coach Miller did not like what he saw on the scoreboard, and immediately the Pioneers opened up the second half with goals. And that last, I'd say, about 4 minutes, the Eagles were, fighting them off, but even Coach Miller's wanting to see a little bit more of this. He's taking his shades off, but the Pioneers have really had a very good third period.
Be interesting to know what he told the kids at halftime.
Yeah, let's not lose.
Yeah, and maybe some of the paint came off the walls.
I bet. Early season too. This is where you get your team's attention as a coach, especially against a squad that you've been, really handling over the last couple of years. You come into these early season matches, maybe not, giving it your full.
So Pioneer with the possession again as snow starts to fall here on the field.
That doesn't bother these guys.
It's very light. It's not heavy.
And I think actually for the players, it may even help out some of the players with faster wheels. Passing, that may be a concern, but stopping and starting, if you have the ball, you know which way you're going, so it's a little bit easier.
Eagles quickly back the other way, and the ball is slashed out of his stick on the turf. Another player down on the field, another Eagle. And we have a whistle and stoppage.
Yeah, it looked like the play got a little bit too rough. And the Eagles look like they're going to take possession. That hit right there by number 40 was probably the offender, and he's the one that's in the box. So I'm going to go out on a limb and say it was on number 40.
1 minute for unnecessary roughness.
Unnecessary roughness right there.
Not the first time he has been sent to the sin bin this match.
Coach Miller takes a stroll over to the bench or to the table to find out how many penalties he has. Didn't want to lose him after that 5th penalty. He would be taking a seat for the rest of the game.
Good 70 seconds to play here in the 3rd.
Good job of riding. Yeah, he was riding him all the way to the center.
Quick shot, and the whistle had already blown before that shot on net.
Officials are working it out, right? I thought the Pioneers were screaming that the penalty was on the Eagles, or the penalty was called before the shot. And that looks like to be the play.
Pioneer has possession. Trying to get back out in front of the net. Picked up by the goalkeeper.
You can't fault the effort.
.20 seconds to go here in the 3rd. Have another whistle on the field. Possession back to the Pioneers.
Good interception there.
Final 10 seconds. Pioneers going to have to get a quick one, and there it is. And a save made. And that'll do it for quarter number 3. Was all Pioneer in that 3rd quarter. They scored 4 and answered to take the lead 9-6. We're going to take a quick break and be back with the 4th and final quarter here on the Game of the Week on CTN Sports.
Yeah. And they have mismatch day. They had it like it's coming up or it just passed. And I thought to myself, isn't that every day for this age? I think she's mismatch day every day.
Pretty amazed by some of the clothes I put the baby in that I think are going to be cute. And then I'm like, what was I thinking?
And we're back for the 4th quarter and final period of play here on the campus of Pioneer High School at Hallway Field. Pioneer and Skyline in men's lacrosse, and Pioneer with the 9-6 advantage. So we're going to have to get some instant offense from these Eagles.
Yeah, the entire third period was all the Pioneers. Coach Miller said something like you were saying, Pete, at halftime, and it worked. His team came out fired up, a lot more momentum, and their possessions, when they wanted to find the back of the net, they did. On the flip side for the Eagles, they're really going to have to take the is the governor? What did they put on those cars to make them go slow back in the day?
Governors.
It was the governor. They got to take the governor off. They need to put the pedal to the metal on the floor and push, 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 and try to get some goals in this game.
Pioneer with an early opportunity. Shot sails to the wayside.
Yeah, and I would say something even about the way that where Reed lines up at, you know which way he's coming in. He loops around. He's going to start on that side. He's going to come around. He's going to backspin, and he's going to try to unleash a shot.
Well, Pioneer will keep it in possession of the ball. There's another shot. Looked like that was save made by the goalkeeper.
Good job by Reed right there, riding the offensive player for the Eagles, making him lose that ball real quick.
Pioneer still with it, and this is really not the way the Eagles want to start the fourth period.
Well, Pioneer's in no hurry. I mean, with this lead, they can take advantage of their possessions and not have to, you know, really smart play there. Really start trying to get the goals in the net because they're playing against the clock.
Oh, and the Pioneers can really play for a really, really good shot as opposed to trying to take chances. Whistle. We have a foul, and it's going to be Eagle possession.
Let's see if you see a little bit more out of the offense for Coach Olsen's squad now.
Well, they're definitely going to have to take some chances, maybe take more odd angle shots and things that aren't high percentage just to try and get shots on goal and get one into the net.
Unlike hockey, with this game, when you do a lot of shooting, there's not a lot of rebounds that you can scoop in and get beyond the netminder, so you have to be shooting with quality shots. But the thing in this sport, it's passing.
Wraparound try there. A goalkeeper was up for that.
Yeah, shot was about 3 feet too short. Went right into the side of the net. You can see coming in from the back here. That's a great job of covering up the mouth of the net by Jackson.
So Pioneer back on offense.
And you can see the Pioneers, they trigger their offense from about 15 yards in. Eagles, they're outside. Smaller window to shoot in. You can see shots like that from John Reed. This dude is filling up the scoreboard.
His fourth goal of the match, and Pioneer extends their lead to 10-6 with 9:03 to play.
And that shot there, I don't even think Abraham saw it, the netminder. He didn't move. Yeah, I don't even think he saw that, Pete.
Yeah, it was in the net before he knew it. Oh, wait a minute. That ball needs to be moved a millimeter. Okay, now we're set. Pioneer picked up off the turf. And once again on the attack.
Now it's like target practice for the Pioneers.
Just taking shot after shot. That one was knocked away by the goalkeeper. Good save there. Pioneer will keep possession. A Pioneer player was right on the doorstep there. If they connected on that pass, that would have been goal number 11.
Not sure if that was a penalty or if Doyle just acted his way to a penalty because he was right in front of the ref. Backpedaling.
Exactly.
So
we
Coach
have a
Olson,
whistle and stoppage in play.
Coach Olson trying to get an explanation from the official on this one. Man, it kind of looked like it went right off of 23's shoulder there for the Eagles. The penalty was called well before that, but that still hurt.
Again, another Pioneer power play. Quick shot. And another goal for Pioneer, and now they're pouring it on, 11-6.
Juhasz on the goal there, and you could see that Juhasz has pretty good aim with that ball because he came, was he a little shaken up maybe? But on this shot, you can see where he goes, Pete, right upstairs, right for the goalie's head. Not sure which way to put the net, not which way to block. That's a tough shot for a goalkeeper to block.
Should one of his defensemen go over and hit him twice on the arm? 2 for flinching.
He's done such a good job in the net. I'm going to let that one slide. That ball's coming at you. Got a little snow coming down here on the field. I mean, and it's getting to you. That ball's getting to you in a hurry.
$7:30 to play here in the fourth.
The second half has just been all Pioneer. And you said that last goal, it was like 6 or 7 seconds left in the second period, and since then the Pioneers have just owned this match.
6 unanswered for the Pioneers. A big scrum out in front of the net. Eagles trying to move it downfield. Another quick whistle.
Little blizzard action. Snow coming down. Is it, Pete, do you give more credit to the folks on the sidelines enjoying the game with, their uniforms on, or the parents up there in the stands?
I think they're enjoying it equally.
Really? These parents don't look too happy. They're not jumping like these players over here.
Well, the Pioneer faithful have to be pleased with this big lead.
I could just imagine them at work this afternoon, the parents. Hey, I got to get off work to go to my kid's lacrosse game. Boss looks outside. Man, come on. It's snowing.
The flakes are getting a little bit bigger and a little bit more frequently.
Just adding to the game, It's not really bad for the boys, but, I think that, if they have a game after this, girls, oof.
Here on the frozen tundra of Holloway Field. This isn't Green Bay, but it feels like it.
Never been there, and I'm just waiting for spring.
It's coming.
Yeah.
Just slowly. Like I said, I think there's a contract out on that groundhog.
Yeah, he's not making too many friends up this part. And you can
Up
see
off the turf by the Eagles.
Well, you can see the difference of the attack now for the Pioneers. Not a lot of passing. The attack isn't coming from the rear behind the net like Reed had been doing. A lot of it is in front now, and tells me that Coach Miller is not really looking to put more points on the scoreboard.
Looking to bleed this final 450 off the clock.
Yeah, and you know he's right there by himself, and it looks like Coach Miller's son right there on camera. Not Coach Miller. Coach Miller's down right on the 25-yard line.
Look for the sunglasses.
Yeah, there he is at the bottom of our photo right there on the screen.
There's another low shot by Reed.
See, now you could see with all this snow coming down like this, it could get in the vision of the netminder.
Check that. That was Uhas on the shot.
And you know, it wasn't coming down this hard on that last goal from Uhas, but it could have been just a little, just a couple flakes in front of you, because that ball was moving out of Uhas' stick, actually. It's good defense there. 24 for the Eagles. I think it's Catanaro there.
Just off the post.
But the entire period, it seems like Pioneers possessed the ball. We haven't gone down on the other end yet, and we're only under 4 minutes left in this final period.
Pioneer goalkeeper hasn't seen a lot of action. He must be getting cold.
Yeah, you can tell. I mean, he's trying to stay in the action by running upfield a little bit. But, yeah, the netminder for Pioneer really hasn't seen a lot of shots.
At least not in this second half.
No, and he's really shut the door since that last goal in the second period. The second half has been clean. But you really, it's not just what he's done in between the pipes. It's what has transpired in between before the ball gets down there to him.
Now, timeout called by the Eagles. Here with 3:36 left to play. As we've said many times, Kevin, doesn't matter what the score is, they're still teaching.
Yeah, especially this part of the season. You know, you have guys that are still just maybe new to the sport looking over the roster. You see that there's about, I'd say, 5 or so sophomores and even 2 freshmen that are on the Skyline varsity lacrosse team. So, I mean, yeah, there's going to be a lot of teaching moments, and a team that is looking to get on the positive side of the win ledger this year. So every moment is a teachable moment, especially when you still have time to get something in the heads of the guys and have them go out there and experience it. You know, maybe they can come back and win in this game. There's still some time on the clock, but the bigger portion is the season. So we want to prepare for that. We might lose this battle, but we want to win the war.
Absolutely. Couldn't agree with you more. Oh, both teams coming back out on the field. Pioneer will start it.
Even on both sides, for Coach Miller, this is a great opportunity to set up a situational play.
And there's a shot right out in front of the net, no goal.
Now, again, was he inside the crease when he let go of the shot? It looked like he was in the air. It looked like Doyle left his feet, and release the shot.
Take a look at it here on the replay. Up in the air, he makes the shot.
Man, I would even give him some style points on that. That was a nice shot. Maybe on that last timeout, Coach Olson from the Eagles slipped a Twinkie or $20 bill over to the refs and said, hey, this next 33 minutes is on us, okay? Is that legal?
No.
Okay.
Twinkie maybe, 20 no.
Look it up, Urban Dictionary.
Eagles with possession, trying to move it upfield. Bad pass there, picked up by Pioneer. Just over 2 minutes to play.
Yeah, finally with the possession, the Eagles. There's a little breakaway. And that's got to be a penalty,
down
right?
He goes.
I might not know the rule book, but that was probably in it, man. Wait a minute.
Yeah, that really looked like someone just stuck a stick in somebody's bike spokes.
I mean, I'm sorry for laughing, but that to me is what you do to your buddy, not in a game that you can get a penalty for. And I'm not sure why this isn't a penalty shot, right? This should be an open goal penalty shot, not the way that they're setting it up here.
Did I put my stick down there? Sorry.
Yeah, he should be out for the game, and it should be an open penalty shot. But they're just going to give him a 2-minute minor.
There's a quick shot. Save made.
Now I know why Pioneer's been shutting them out in the second half. Wow.
Just under a minute and a half to go.
Good job by Abraham in the net to scoop that ball up.
Well, the Eagles trying to move it quickly and get another goal here before the end of the match.
Boy, the snow's really coming in now. We needed this at the beginning of the game.
Kind of reminds me of an old school football game between the Lions and Minnesota back in the day.
Oh, it has to be if it's the Lions in Minnesota because they both play indoors for the past 20 years.
Right. Well, I'm thinking Fran Tarkenton old.
Yeah, that's like encyclopedia old.
Sorry. Final 30 seconds of play.
I think that just might do it for this one. These teams are content.
Well, Pioneer with possession, they can just afford to pass it around and play keep away with the Eagles here in under 10 seconds now. And the final seconds tick off the clock, and that will do it. And Pioneer, with a strong second half, will come away with the 13-6 win.
Final score, Pioneer 13, Skyline 6.
We will take a quick break, and we will be back for more here at the Game of the Week on CTN Sports.
And welcome back to the CTN Sports Game of the Week and all of this snow. I'm joined now by Mr. Reed. 5 goals, Reed. Tell me a little bit about what Coach Miller told you guys at halftime, because you came back in the second half and you didn't let Skyline score any more goals.
Yeah, well, we took a lot of penalties in the first half. We wanted to clean that up a lot. We knew Skyline was a really good team, and if we kept taking penalties, they would be in the game for a while. So we just tried to clean up our play, and it showed.
Well, this is a team, Skyline, that has been getting closer and closer to you. 9-8 last year, overtime win. This year, they were trying to get there. What do you think is the difference is separating Pioneer and Skyline right now?
Well, I'm a senior. My freshman year, they kicked our butts, and we really wanted that. All the seniors right now have a lot of experience. They're still a pretty young team. They're improving a lot. They're going to be really good in the future, and we can't take them for granted.
Well, congratulations on this early season win. Let you get out of this snow and go enjoy the win with your teammates. Congratulations, John.
Thank you.
Pete, I'm going to send it back up to you because I need to get out of this snow.
Thanks, Kevin and John Reed, for that post-game interview. I'd like to thank all the people that make this production possible. Our director, Rob Cross, audio and replay by Gage Shaughnessy, CG Ops by Carl McCoy, and our hardy camera people, Jill Andrews and Tim Nagai. And once again, the final from Hallway Field. It is Pioneer 13 and the Skyline Eagles 6 for Kevin Bryant. This is Pete Poyer. Hope you enjoyed the CTN Sports Game of the Week.